going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Amy.
And we are back with another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Last time, we finally, after the second try, got through our second try at the trial, where we were interviewing Cody. We made him very upset. He cried a little. Things happened. But we got more evidence in this very twisty and turny trial.
You traumatized a young boy.
We did. It was unfortunate.
I don't feel okay about it.
It needed to happen. We've already saved our game, so let's get into it. Hey, everybody, before we start, please don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell. You can also check out our other channels, linked down in the description box below, and you can subscribe and ring the bell there as well. It really does help us out. And if you like our stuff, that is the best way to find out exactly when everything that we make comes out. We really do appreciate it.
Yes.
So let's go back. Why would I hit the wrong button? Okay. October 19th, 3:27 p.m., Wright & Co. law offices, because now we are on our final bit of investigating before we get to the end of this chapter, it seems, or this, then we go back to court, but you know what I mean.
If we're investigating, why are we at the offices?
We go to the office first to discuss our plan of attack.
Oh. You can discuss it in the car on the way over to the crime scene?
They don't have those backdrops for discussing it in the car. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it. Huh? Maya! So, what happened? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive. And proof. Wow, good going, Nick! Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? That's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up. Thank you. I get a little bit of an explanation here. Yeah. It didn't make any sense to me. It's like, this is not how any of this works.
And there being a lot of them doesn't mean that, it can go any faster. Like you can't speed up there being a lot of them. That means it slows down when there's a lot of them.
Yeah, well. So, under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've no time to waste. Okay. Examine, move, talk, or present.
Ooh.
To the detention center or the main gate of the studio?
Main gate of the studio.
October 19th, Global Studios, main gate. The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think her guard's down. Yeah? I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station. If we wanted. You eat, you die. Phew, she's alive. Examine, move, talk, or present.
Talk.
Producer Vasquez, Director Manila, or Mr. Hammer?
Mr. Hammer first. Get on her good side.
About Mr. Hammer. I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer, you drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal? A thief? I won't forget this.
Okay. Get on her bedside then, I guess.
Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible.
So he could get by her.
I mean, yeah, because otherwise she would question or have seen him, I guess, or question him or stop him from doing what he was trying to do.
And she's a stalker.
Well,
so I can't blame him.
Director Manila or Producer Vasquez?
Director Manila, let's start with.
Can I ask you about Sal Manila, the director? Sal? He's soft. A pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to.
I bet he does.
Yep.
Knows that she's about to commit a murder and doesn't care.
She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? There are those people. They're called subs, Maya. We could talk later. That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No. No, it doesn't, Maya. I think he gets it. Anyway.
Okay. The producer, please.
If you would let producer Vasquez step on you, leave it in the comments. I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. So she always gets her way. She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. So she's very protected, aka she couldn't possibly be the murderer.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Examine.
There's nothing to examine. Examine the gate and the...
Well, we're gonna try to examine every area we can try to examine.
Okay.
If there's anything that we can find that we haven't found yet, I want to find it.
Looks like a studio van they probably used to carry around equipment. The main entrance to the studios, they probably have a police officer on patrol out there.
Oh, so it doesn't tell you when it's stuff you've already seen.
Correct.
That's annoying.
Yes.
Bullshit.
An overhead map of the studios. Right from here is the employee area. To the left are the actual film studios. The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Huh? It looks like it's been turned off for the day. And the security guard station. Miss Oldbag must like junk food. There's a mountain of it in the desk in there. Or on the desk in there. I can see the computer that runs the security cameras. Yes, you can. We just talked about that. Okay. Where would you like to go? Outside Studio 1 or the employee area?
Outside Studio 1, I guess.
October 19th, Studio 1 entrance. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2? Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him. Like the director or the producer? Examine or move?
Examine?
I'm bushed. Maybe I'll sit down here for a bit. This is exactly why I don't want to get old ever. Hey, I'm still young. I'm just tired. Nick, when you start having to say I'm still young, you know it's all over. But I am still young.
Alright, we did all this shit already too.
Studio 2 is down that way. Studio 2, the real scene of the crime. Say, Nick, how'd you figure that out again? Well, actually, it's a long story. I'll tell you another time. Aww. If you want to know that story, watch our last episode. This security camera takes photos of everyone who comes through the gate. It doesn't seem to be switched on today. The mascot of Global Studios, apparently its name is Mr. Monkey. The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. I don't have that card key anymore, so I can't get in there today. Okay. Back to the main gate or outside Studio 2?
Outside Studio 2. Because that's the crime scene.
Oh, there she is. October 19th, Studio 2 entrance. Hey, Nick. It's Miss Vasquez. Hello? H-E-L-L-O. Or just a drawn-out hello. I couldn't quite tell how they wanted us to read that. H-E-L-L-O. Maya, you should try to, or at least try to be polite. Wow.
She's not.
I'm watching the clouds. That's all she had to say, apparently. Mr. Hammer, Will Powers, or Director Manila? Or Manila?
Will Powers.
Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it. Nick, she did it. She's the killer. Yeah, we know, Maya. My Fey blood speaks to me. I know it. I know it. Oh, dear. Mr. Hammer or Director Manila?
Mr. Hammer.
Excuse me. Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Shh. Huh? Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off. Oh, dear.
Why is she the one asking the questions? We should be.
I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila? If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer? By yourselves? Oh dear. Cool.
This woman's such a fucking bitch. I just want to choke that skinny little neck.
Do we present her with evidence? Does that make sense?
I don't think we have anything to present.
Okay, so we can go in the trailer.
Okay.
October 19th, Studio 2 trailer.
Maybe there's some evidence in there.
Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here. I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Okay. It looks like they were designing a set to use for the Steel Samurai show. They've got some figures for how much the set costs. I can't believe they spend that much money on those sets. Okay. The glass is frosted. I can't see outside. This far into October, the dimming daylight makes it feel like winter's coming. An old movie poster. The Singing Samurai starring Jack Hammer. What the hell does samurai sing about? Chopping off heads? Oh my god! That movie was the best! It's about a samurai who sings his way to fame and fortune. Mr. Hammer was a very accomplished singer, you know. Singing Samurai stars. What's next? Ninja ballet?
Alright, we'll go back to the marker board, because that had proof that it costs a lot to run the show.
Nope. It would have told us that we could have done something with it. Oh. I mean, yes, you're absolutely right, and I thought the same thing.
Because that's a motive for the producer to kill Hammer. If Hammer's paycheck is so high, because he's...
this big movie star.
Right, this big movie star that is now just on a television show, and they can't afford to get the sets that they need and stuff like that.
I agree. But unfortunately, that's not how it's working out. Samurai Summer, starring Jack Hammer. This poster's quite old. Wow, it's been years since I saw that show. It was one of those typical summer romance stories, but it was great. A typical summer romance with a samurai on a horse. And Dynamite Samurai, an old movie poster. Dynamite Samurai, starring Jack Hammer. I guess Mr. Hammer used to be quite the star. Okay, nothing in the trash. Nothing in here that could be a clue. Just some paper cups and crumpled documents. This is where they had that meeting. There are documents and paper cups scattered around. And that's everything.
Well, so who else was in this meeting?
Just the two of them, as far as I know. Although maybe other bigwigs.
4 chairs,
yeah,
4 cups,
so it's other bigwigs,
4 pieces of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bigwigs that they were talking about. So why can't we speak to any of these bigwigs?
I guess.
We can only speak to these two and only assume that these two were the murderers?
Seems that way.
So
do we...
Examine?
A light van for moving staff and equipment around. They've kept it in pretty good shape. Looks like it'd run fine. Well, let's go for a drive. Sure, if I had a license. Nick, you don't have a driver's license? How have we been getting around?
Yeah.
But look, I have this. Why are you showing me your attorney's badge, Nick? An incinerator. Apparently they just put this one in. It's already covered in soot. They must not clean it much.
Or they must,
Dispose of evidence.
Yeah.
This is where Salmonella and Dee Vasquez ate. There's nothing left on the plates. Hey, so they ate T-bone steaks too.
So where are the T-bones?
Something wrong? I don't know. I'm getting this funny feeling. Something about this just feels odd, you know? Can't say that I do. Yeah, it's all these things that like we're questioning but aren't giving us any opportunities here. There's a big 2 painted here. So this is the number in Cody's photograph. And to think, if he hadn't brought that photograph in, don't get all teary-eyed yet. Oh, okay. I mean, I wasn't, but that's it? What the hell?
I think if he hadn't brought that photograph in, like, if we're not learning anything from standing here, then having the photograph don't mean shit. Like, it means that our client's probably not guilty.
Right.
But that's all it means. If we can't prove it's anyone else.
Yeah. There are some flowers here. Wow, so pretty. They're taking good care of these. Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous.
It
In
does?
fact, yeah, look at it.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, one of them is broken, so I don't know why that's not a thing
clue.
as well, but okay. On closer inspection, this trailer looks like it's been here for a while. I don't think this is part of some temporary film set. Okay. These look like materials for making a movie set. They've been sitting here for quite some time. This might as well be a junkyard.
Yeah, all this is stuff we've seen
Big
already.
2. To think if you hadn't brought it in. Don't get all teary-eyed yet. Oh, okay. What the hell?
I don't know what the hell else we're supposed to do.
Let's go back to the employee area. Maybe the assistant is there or something, and she can talk to us. So we go outside Studio 1. To the main gate. To the employee area. October 19th, Global Studios employee area. I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming just one time. One of their stars is in jail and the other one's dead.
How do you think they're filming? Who are they filming?
This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there are any other clues lying around. Yarg! Oh, this guy.
Here?
No touching! Eek! The fuck? Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you. Didn't mean... I almost had a heart attack. I guess I can be a little dramatique at times. I suppose it's the actor in me. Dramatique indeed. Ahem. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. Okay, let's talk to him. The plate, the investigation, or Prosecutor Edgeworth.
The plate.
So you're looking for traces of the sleeping pills. How? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to these sleeping pills, see? If there are traces, it'll change color. Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, all right.
Nice.
So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Or sorry, damn it, that was Phoenix. So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. Steak plate added to the court record. Found in the employee area. On it are traces of sleeping pills and a large bone. The investigation or Prosecutor Edgeworth?
That was 2 small bones, not 1 large bone. The investigation.
How goes your investigation? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers, and some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore.
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though.
Let's talk about him.
How is Edgeworth doing, anyway? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed this paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa. Talk about burns, pal. Wow, the fury of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups? Bottles? Say, whatever happened with that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim, Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle. So that means... Yep, it sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Sleeping pill bottle added to the court record. Found on the table in the employee area, bears Jack Hammer's fingerprints. Okay. Then let's finally move to the dressing room and see if we can get stuff in here, because this is where the suit was taken from. October 19th, Global Studios dressing room.
And this is where, like, randomly we met a lot of witnesses that, like...
Well, the director was in here for the first time, and then eventually Cody was in here, but we met him out in the employee area first.
Neither of them had any business being in this dressing room.
Empty dressing rooms like this are kind of lonely, aren't they? I'm sure Mr. Powers will be back soon. He'll be fine. Yeah! Okay. It's locked. I guess he doesn't open his window much. It is kind of dusty outside. Looks like someone was sleeping here. Well, we can be pretty sure WP did take a nap here, like you said. I'm not sure being drugged counts as taking a nap. Okay, nothing over there. There's a box for snacks on the table. They must give these to the employees. It's completely empty. I can feel Maya's eyes burning into the back of my neck. Oh, okay. Mr. Powers' bag. I hope WP can come pick it up himself soon. Soon. There's an array of cosmetics here. This is the wig used in Samurai Boogie Woogie. Wow, you remembered, Nick. Thanks to you. Okay, the mirror. They always have mirrors like this in dressing rooms. I always check my hairdo when I look in a mirror. Not quite as spiky as usual, I see. Okay, and then finally, there's some regular suits in among the costumes here. Those must be his own clothes. Okay, so I guess we have all the evidence we need.
I guess.
I assume it would have just taken us to the next day of the trial, but... Okay, let's go ahead and... We already talked to him about all those things. Let's move to the main gate. Maybe we can present the plate to her? Or the sleeping pills? Miss Oldbag, what do you think of this? Think? I'm not in the mood for thinking, thank you very much. Okay, and last but not least... Okay, nope, none of those. Okay. Fine. Let's go check with the producer.
Yeah, now that we have this other evidence, maybe we present it to her.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Plate or bottle first?
Bottle.
Oops. She's not even looking. Okay, hey, you look. Why are you showing that to me, Nick? She's not even looking. Okay.
That's so weird.
Alright, so none of our new evidence she wants to look at, so... Are we done? Do we, like...
I guess we're done. I mean, that's evidence. It's not a lot, but it's something.
But we'll go talk to Will, I guess. Visitor's room. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP, only one day left. Let's make it count. Yes, though there's not really anything I could do to help. I'm not really sure what I could do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Producer Vasquez, Director Manella, Mr. Hammer.
Mr. Hammer.
I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer. He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Ms. Vasquez came to Global.
Ah.
5 years ago. Director Manella or Producer Vasquez?
Producer Vasquez.
Could you tell me more about Ms. Vasquez? Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius.
She's definitely not.
A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and... And what?
Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow.
Manila.
Can you tell
Then
me?
we'll see if we can go back to the producer after we're done with Manila. Like, maybe he'll tell us the other thing.
Sure. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manila?
Oh, he used to be a modest straight-to-video director, but something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Salmonella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though.
Yeah, so she plucked him out of obscurity
Right.
so that she could exploit him and use him.
Right.
Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that.
I can imagine him being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. Wow. Rude. Okay. So I guess we go back to the studio.
We could try talking to her again.
Who? The producer?
The old lady.
Oh. Nope.
Okay. Just wanted to check.
No, that makes sense. I agree with you. Let's go here. Let's go here. And we can't present her with any evidence, huh? Okay. That's very annoying and unfortunate.
Yeah.
Wow.
That sucks.
Sure does. Are you still here, dude? He sure is. There he is.
But we don't need to talk to him again.
Nope. Whoops. I didn't
It's
mean...
not new stuff.
There she is. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so...
Wow.
What? What? Why? But WP's innocent. Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done, but... This week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai. What? No! Mr. Hammer or the last episode?
The last episode.
What do you mean the last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No. Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. Studio policy or Mr. Hammer?
Studio policy.
Why aren't they going to make kids shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something. Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this.
The scrapbook.
You think so?
Yeah.
And this is? A fan collected all these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be canceled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay, but what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer? Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumor must be true then. The rumor? Yeah, Ms. Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt. You know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again.
Oh.
They left the film set the way it was, too. That's why we talked about the fact that the trailer looked like it had been there for so long. The film set? Was that trailer part of the film set then? Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? So again, maybe that broken piece of fence was the accident.
Yeah.
Somebody like fell on it or whatever and Jack, and he injured himself, hence why he can't do as much samurai stuff anymore. Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently, 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault.
Oh.
Wow.
That's very different than what we thought.
Right? Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Ms. Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer? And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Ms. Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know, Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out.
Yeah.
I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. Because she's been there so long.
Yeah.
She was here at the studios back then, you know. Thanks, we'll try asking her. If she'll talk. Okay, we're learning things.
Yeah.
Back to the
stuff's
employee
happening.
area. Back to the main gate. What? You're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me? The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer! She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance? 5 years ago. I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Who told? Who did you hear that from? Huh? Nichols? Nichols? Nichols, Nick. Penny Nichols. That assistant we talked to. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun? No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume? You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume?
Yeah, we have proof.
We do?
Yeah.
The bottle again?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
It's got his fingerprints on
I'm
it.
sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Here's my proof. What? What's a little empty bottle supposed to prove? It's a bottle of sleeping pills with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof that he used sleeping pills on Powers? Thank God. Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes. So? This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate. She's getting mad.
Yeah.
I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Ms. Oldbag? Okay, you win. I'll talk.
Good.
I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Ms. Oldbag, you're right. 5 years ago there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo? Well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia.
Wow.
Hence why they don't want people talking to her or about her.
Right.
Hence why she's so able to clam up so easily.
Mm-hmm.
She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone. Miss Oldbag. Hold on a minute. Poor Miss Oldbag. Here, take this. No way it's that photo.
Oh my god.
A photograph?
From the 5 years
I
ago.
knew it! I knew it was the goddamn... Wait a second. This is the picture. Oh, sorry. This is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on the top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor, and the man fell onto the flower box fence. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. 5-year-old photo added to the court record shows an accident involving Jack Hammer.
Okay.
All right, now the question is, do we go show that photo to Vasquez?
Yeah.
Let's do it. She won't be able to ignore that shit. Whoops, sorry. There it is. She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well... Oldbag. Old? She means the security lady, Ms. Oldbag, Nick. Right. Anyway, Ms. Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more. Inside the trailer. Yeah, that's not ominous at all.
Right.
Nick, she went inside the trailer. Now, will it let us examine this shit more? No, it will not.
Wow.
Okay, well,
All right.
let's go. Oh, the door. The trailer door. It's unlocked. Okay. So I guess we can just go inside this trailer and possibly be killed.
Yeah. Cool.
Here we go. You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Ms. Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now. Well, that's what it is, wasn't it? Or what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star.
I don't know if she's a black mailer, but she's a black wearer.
Wow, Amy.
Is that kind of brown, maybe? Like a dark brown?
Wow. Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause! You pressured him! And to think it was just an accident! Excuse me. What is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think. What would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way! You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That is what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me.
Wow.
But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, Well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy, but he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now. What? This is valuable evidence. Boys. Hooray! The mafia's here. Just what we've always wanted. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow? How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Anyway. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt. No? Why should Dee Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that, where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No!
Hold it right there! I heard everything, pal! Dee Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me, now!
Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Whew!
What? So it's easy to kill Phoenix and Maya, but it's not easy to kill Gumshoe?
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting point, right? But I guess because he's a detective, a lot more questions would be asked.
Yeah.
And he was known to be here, so like it would bring the full force of whatchamacallit? It would bring the full force of the police down on the mafia, which they don't want. They'd much rather be discreet about it.
Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing.
Detective Gumshoe, thank you, thank you, thank you! I was really scared. Yeah, me too.
Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job.
Detective Gumshoe?
Sorry, it's just... I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon.
Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? Dee Vasquez. Whew! We did it!
Yeah.
We, I guess, were right about Dee likely being the murderer. We don't definitively know, but it's very likely. Or at least, somebody from the mafia that she told to do the murder, or commit the murder. But wow,
I
man.
don't imagine she really gets her hands dirty.
Yeah, it's kind
But
of...
she wears those gloves.
It's kind of the idea, too, is to, if you're involved with organized crime, is that you make the peons do the dirty work and then swear them to secrecy, or make sure that they don't know a lot of the information that, that it would be bad if they did know. So, wow.
Okay.
Really, really good. Really interesting. This one was a little bit easier. There was like one or two moments where we were like, okay, what the hell do we do now? But we figured it out. You were amazing this week being able to figure this stuff out. So nicely done.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I like the extent to which we were able to learn things and get things done.
Yeah,
in this episode.
Yeah, we technically got 2 more pieces of evidence, or 1.5, because we got the bottle back, but now we know it has his fingerprints on it. Right. We got the plate, and now Dee gets picked up because Gumshoe heard her stating.
Well, and we have the photo from the incident.
Thank you, and of course, yes, definitely. So, big time, big stuff. I find it interesting. I mean, obviously, the nice thing too is that Dee Vasquez is in the photo. Yeah. With the guy on the spike and hammer there, because then she can't say, "Oh, I wasn't there. I didn't know."
Right.
So, which means that next week we will be back with the trial, seemingly the final day of this episode, if you will, episode 3. But yeah, oh, it literally says final day trial, so there you go. Seemingly.
It's almost like they want to give you a bit of a heads up.
Nah, that's silly. So yeah, please definitely make sure that you are tuned in next week so that you will find out the finale of episode 3, not the finale of this series, but of at least episode 3, and then we'll see where we end up going from there. And like I said at the beginning, that the best way to do that is to make sure that you are subscribed and you have that bell rung so that you will not miss a single episode of any of the series that we have on this channel. We also have other channels as well, linked down in the description box below. So, thank you all so very much for watching, and for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe.
And I'm Amy.
And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody!